Hello folks, it's Phil the Miniature Model Maker coming to you today. We are going to be deconstructing and reconstructing the Zaku 2 for the channel. This is our channel mascot, so I figured it would be wise to have the mascot up and built. So come on in. The water's fine. Let's enjoy the process. So this, just like all of the artifacts I'm building on this stream, this guy was assembled over on YouTube. There is a build guide over there. It is all push fit. I don't believe I've glued anything. So everything is going to be taken apart and rebuilt according to the instructions. Destructions. If I can do this without things really making a big fat mess or dropping lots and lots of things on the floor, which is what I'm most concerned about, is avoiding that. Now I have glued a, a couple parts, so any of these little bars that you see, they've already been glued on. And I believe the head was glued together, so that should be safe. No worries about parts flying off, things falling apart. We're just disassembling so we can clean and reassemble the kit. Okay, and these sometimes these artifacts, as much as I love them, sometimes they really get to me. Once you've assembled them, don't touch them. They fall apart really easily. Or you can do like I'm going to do, and when you're assembling it, just go ahead, clean everything, and glue it from the start. Okay, and you are half here. You are halves. There we go. And then you are a half. Well, kind of half. Here, actually, this part here. And let me get my monitor turned around. And before I go any further, here is the finished product from the previous streams. This is our EXS. It's been glued, but it's still being a little bit delicate because not all the parts are glued yet. I've got to find some decent super glue to do the full assembly for display. I think that's pretty neat. Definitely a lot better looking than just the bare plastic. And in the future, I'll go through and show how we can accomplish this same look without going through all the steps that I did before. It'll be a slightly cleaner appearance, but it will be less labor intensive if you don't want to be as labor intensive. Just need to get this apart without causing too much damage. There we are. Okay. And you go in there too, don't you? Can I get you? There we are. Now this leg, the main frame of the leg is kind of thin and delicate and multiple parts. So we're trying to keep it from bending and breaking. And now, oh, this too. Yeah, this is phase 4, I believe. Yes, phase 4, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So they had been moving towards making smaller parts, more detailed parts, and that has led to a whole bunch of pieces for the leg assembly, and I'll explain the lack of this power cord in a little while. Maybe I may need to change my blade. It got a bit dulled while doing the other work, and we'll grab some sandpaper while we're here. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and replace this now. So for those of you following me over on YouTube, this is going to be the second second thing in the 60-minute missions, the second series in that group of videos. So we're going to keep going on this, take our time and get it, and also pick out a couple more of these little, there's a 1.5. Don't at me for using my GW clips. These don't break apart as well as I would have liked. Here we go. And that's good for now. So we got this, and I pulled this out. So we'll go ahead and get our sandpaper going. This is 600 grit. I like that size for basic cleaning. It's got good grip while not being too strong. As easy as that. So I'm a little late starting the stream today. I hope y'all don't mind. I had a few things to take care of. Oh, that's a little bit. There you go. Thankfully, these streams are just come as you are, come as you will. Nothing. It's nice and casual. Nothing to worry about. Here we are. Okay. And put that back. Now, and then we'll get another 3M pad ready for use. And my 600 is right here. And those plus my knives should be enough to get us sufficiently dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't say that when referring to a knife. But sufficiently dangerous to clean. So I'm just going to go through first and hit all these sprue marks before getting too crazy with it. Okay. Well, hello. Oh, more viewer bots. Hi, thank you there. Thankfully, I don't need to buy viewers. Because this isn't my livelihood. I can't imagine this little niche of these kits being lucrative enough to be somebody's livelihood. That would be kind of cool though, honestly. I think you would have to probably do a lot of really try hard work on these and be a very high level modeler to make that your living though. At least with these artifacts. because let's be honest here. This sort of content, watching a guy come by and just sand down minute defects and mold lines on a tiny little yellow kit, not the most engaging content for the general public. How is this actually looking on my screen? That needs to go up just a little bit. There we go. Can I'm not sure I'll be able to, but we're going to try trimming this down a little bit. Nope. That's not going to work. Fine with me. We'll put we'll go ahead and put some 800 on the other side. Actually, no, we won't. I have a different idea. Okay. Hmm. Will you fit there? No. Sometimes your hobby knife is the only thing that'll work. Okay. Especially getting down in here in these little tiny little cracks. blade. Okay. Let's try these instead. We're going to go with one of our high quality blades. Not one of the cheapos this time, since we have such a large project ahead of us. Okay. Funny that it looks almost exactly the same as the cheaper ones. Probably made in the same factory. Very few places make these things. Okay, no oil on you. And there you go. Alright, that should work out nicely now. Maybe this will be a little bit more durable. So when I built this kit originally, it gave me fits. This leg has some crazy parts to it. I can imagine somebody out there has taken their time and painted all of these things individually and then assembled it, which I just have to salute that level of intensity. But I can't do that. I've got to glue these parts too. Some of them are just way too small. Okay, and my file. So I had to move some things around yesterday to take pictures and stuff, and now I'm not 100% sure, there it is, where everything is. And we will file this down. I'm I'm doing this filing to make it a little bit easier for the parts to get a more flush fit between the parts. Okay. So our order of operations, we have that leg is touched up. Our first part to go on is this one, part 54. So let's clean that up. Part 54 and part 42. We just need to be very careful. I'm not going to go through the process I did with the last kit, with the priming, surfacing, and removing to find defects. I'm going to clean everything ahead of time. And if I do find a defect after I prime, well, then I'll fix it if I can. But I would rather, on this kit, I would rather just go ahead and get everything in good shape from the start. Now I won't be doing the pegs on these pieces that get inserted. I'll only be doing the pegs on the big pieces. Excuse me. The reason being these pegs are too small. But a dry fit before gluing is always a good idea. So don't ever be afraid to do that. That looks molded like that. Why did they do that? There's a little tiny indentation on that part, so I don't want to screw it up. Okay. So here, and then part 42. Yeah, I may do, actually on this one, I might do a little bit of hey boosts, how's it going? Yep, it's that engagement thing, that talking about automatic engagement. So I've started on the Zaku 2, and it's going to be done up for the stream. Our stream mascot, channel mascot. This is going to be a long build. I think I'm really going to take my time on this one. and it has a whole lot of really fiddly parts. Now, how does it work? I should go. Pretty busy for a Friday, huh? People getting in wrecks. Do you do like customization, like upgrades in your shop, or is it more of a general repair shop? Ah, okay. Yep. I am unfortunately well versed with that sort of business. People like to, in the past, people liked to hit me for some reason. I don't know what I did to them. Okay, now. Oh, yeah. Well, it's the weekend, right? Are there any big events going on over there? Or is it just people wanting the cars for the weekend? Okay. Now, here's where you're going to start hearing swearing. Building this leg may get me to the point where I can't put this up on YouTube. Uh, is it warming up over there? It's it's starting to get kind of warm here, like in the low 20s Celsius. So after a cold, unseasonably cold period here, it's nice. I'm sure people are wanting to get out and not wear many layers of clothes. Alright, so I have just done step one. That's putting 42 and 54 together. Step two, we have a couple of them, as putting those together with the leg, part 44. So we're going to let that glue dry a little bit and then touch this part up. Ooh. Well, I guess over in that part of the world is that seasonable? Like regular expected weather for this time of year? I used to live in the northeast part of the US, and always this time of year when it was spring break from college. I don't know. It may be longer. It may actually be shorter. I'm kind of tired. I've got to go run an errand. Do you need to make dinner? This build is going to be a long series with the amount of time it's going to take to. Okay, I see. I see. I don't know a lot about the climate in Europe. All I can do is guess off of my knowledge of general climate things. So it's always good to have experience from people who are there. Oh, you didn't see it. You weren't on the stream last night when this happened. Here you go. I got it built. It was surprisingly fun removing all of the primer. And even though the general effect can be achieved with shades, the the inconsistency of removing the primer, it feels a lot. The scratches and marks feel a lot more organic. It looks kind of beat up. Thank you. Now I can. These leg joints are hideous, so I'm going to have to find a base to put this on soon. But yeah, that's as done as that one will probably ever be. It might get painted. I may just put like a gloss coat on it or a satin coat, and then use some enamels to wash it down. Maybe a little bit of metal here and there to make it look worn. But I'm not a fan of the XS kit. That's not a kit that I really enjoy, so I'm not thinking I'd want to put too much time into it. Besides, I have another one if I want to get really detailed. Yeah, I finished that up at 8 o'clock my time last night. So it was It was a late stream. I wanted to get it done and out of the way so I could work on this guy. I probably will not be, but I'll definitely be doing more streaming of this kit. I need to go get a parking pass for my condominiums, and they close at 1 o'clock on Fridays. Or maybe I'll just wait until Monday. I'm tired. Alright, so I've got part 44 and this in my hands. I'm trying to remember how this goes in. There we go. Like so. You are visible, so get to sand you down if I can. Okay. And part 3 is this. Give you a little bit of a touch. Smooth out any inconsistencies on this surface. And take a look at the details. Here we go. There were some. Look at that. Imagine that. mold lines and things. Okay, that's good enough. And you go upside down like this. Get that nice and wet. And push. Okay, so that part is done. And it's already been 48 minutes. When part 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and get this little piece done and then we will call it good. Because I don't like leaving these little tiny bits on the table. They are far too likely to be lost. I may just have to put this on the part so I can access it. Grip it better. that was close. Oh, okay, that was... Thank you for wearing black and landing on my leg. Okay, that is going to get glued on. And it goes here. So we'll make sure that's smooth. And then take, do I still have the spin blade? There we are. That was fun. Where's the one? Uh-oh. Did I lose one? 1.5. I lost the 1.0. Uh-oh. I knew it. That's why I always put them back, and I must not have. That's the one I use the most. Unless... Well, it's here on my desk somewhere. I'll find it. Okay. Let's get back to this part. That was the 1.0. 1.5. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought I lost it. I'm just crazy. So you go... like so. Okay. And then we touch it up. So normally I don't like to sand or scrape parts down right after I've glued them. But sometimes on these little parts there is some benefit of getting the little residue into the crack while the glue is still wet. That's kind of like its own natural gap filler type situation. Doesn't always work though. So maybe a little touch. Will help. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But that's on there, and that's good enough. And that was step 4. Step 5 is putting part 43. And we're going to do that later. But first, I'm going to find myself my little dish. And put everything into it. There we go. That way we won't have random parts go flying off onto the floor like we did with the Palacethene. We've got to make sure that this is good, in good shape. And now we can take our double-sided tape, wrap those up in it, and stick it to the side. Very good. Alright folks, well thank you very much for watching, you folks in the future and on YouTube. I have been Phil, the Miniature Model Maker. Today we are working on the detail build of Gundam Artifact Phase 4 Model 17, the Zaku High Mobility type. And this is the going through, sanding, cleaning, everything stage of the model. And this one is going to be fully painted, so we're going extra on it. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Please make sure to hit that follow or like and subscribe. Comments also help let the algorithm know that there's English language Gundam Artifact content available for people who want it. And I would appreciate you helping out with the algorithm so we can get some more people in with this group. But thank you again for watching, and I will catch you in the next stream and video. Remember, this is a hobby. If it doesn't bring you joy, don't do it. Be good to yourselves. Bye-bye.